Hey everybody, Chris White here with Austin Custom Brass, and today we're going to be talking about the brand new Adams Bass Trombone. Stay tuned. Alright, welcome back everybody. Here it is. Adams has built a bass trombone now. It's a beautiful looking instrument. But yeah, let's go over it a little bit. We'll talk about it. I'm going to play a little bit for you as well. And we'll go from there. So first off, you can see it's a dual trigger setup. They decided to use Hagman valves. And these are, if you have no experience with them, they're very quick, very efficient valves that are actually relatively easy to maintain. Hagman has a great resource on their website for how to very efficiently and easily oil these and very effectively. So I would encourage you to check those out, and maybe we can even post a link to that in the description or in our listing on this on the web store. I'll talk to the powers that be about that. But yeah, two independent Hagman valves versus dependent. So independent systems on bass trombones, for those that aren't familiar, means you can operate either one of the sides by themselves. So if you just press the first trigger, just like any tenor trombone with a trigger or any other trombone with an F attachment, they call it an F attachment because it puts the horn in F. Trombones typically in B flat whenever you're just playing open as far as their fundamental pitch. And then you press the first trigger and it pushes the horn into F. Now on a dependent system, the only way you can operate the second valve is if the first valve is also pressed, which then puts the horn in D. But on an independent system, it gives you a few more options because you can then press the second trigger on it completely on its own and put the horn in G flat. So it actually gives you a few different interesting options. One of the big ones that's used a lot with just the second trigger on its own is a low F that you would either normally play in low 6 position or play in first position with the first trigger, but sometimes it's a little low to the pitch. Well, kind of in 2 or a long 2 in this area, you have to figure it out on your individual instrument and your individual playing style. You can press the second trigger by itself, and that is a low F. And so it kind of gives you a much more tunable low F without having to go way out to 6 position or without being all the way in first position and low to the pitch. So it gives you a lot of extra options in that regard. Having both triggers down, one of the biggest notes that's used a lot for that is C below the staff, which you can kind of do in sort of a round 4th position. Sometimes on this particular one, I'm finding I kind of come up a little bit for it, but I've played some bass trombones where it's a little different. Once again, just depending on your mouthpiece setup, your playing style, you'll have to kind of figure out exactly where that sits for you. But instead of having to go all the way out to 7th in the single trigger, the first trigger that we normally have to do for low C, it allows you to do that. And then of course, the big thing that a double trigger allows you to do is to naturally hit a low B natural that you can't hit regularly on a single trigger instrument without pulling out slides way out or having to lip way down to get it. So and that's out, you know, beyond 4th, 5th, kind of in the 5th, 6th position area with both triggers pressed down. So it has this model has a 10-inch bell, so a pretty big size bell on the bass trombone. Usually most bass trombones are 9.5 to 10 inches, seems to be kind of the going thing. This particular model has a nickel slide, and this particular slide is dual bore, meaning it's one size on this end and then it opens up on the end that goes into the bell section. That opens up a little bit larger. So I'm not 100% sure if they're gonna have a single bore option with this as well. I would imagine they probably would, and probably could make you one for a special order if that was what you desired. But for now, it's a dual bore setup, 10-inch bell. dual independent Hagman valves. So let me turn down the microphone just a little bit and I'll play a little bit of this for you. Demonstrating this actually on our ACB2 size 2 bass trombone mouthpiece. So I'd encourage you to check our web store for our mouthpieces as well. We have an entire line going from bass trombone, tenor trombone, up to some pretty small ones as well, and small shanks. So I've also doing another video for those, so check it out. Here we go. All right, so that's it. The Adams Bass Trombone, brand new, and we're ready to start getting orders in and shipping these things out. I also played a little bit on the high register as well, just to kind of demonstrate that yes, it's a bass trombone, but it's very, very capable in that upper register as well. So yeah, I encourage you to come, if you're in the KC area, come check it out. If you're at any of the shows that Adams is exhibiting, no doubt that they would have one of these there to show. Check them out, and then also just check out our listing online, and we'd love to chat with you about it. If you have any questions at all, give us a call, give us an email. We're happy to answer any and all questions and help you get into one of these. Thank you so much for your time today.